comedy broad.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this video today I'm going to show you how to create this Venom inspired makeup look. I recently saw the film and really wanted to do a tutorial for everybody. This is inspired mainly by the movie poster if you haven't already seen it floating around. I hope you guys enjoy this video today. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and if you recreate my work, tag me on Instagram so I can see it. To create the prosthetic today, I'm first going to start out with some teeth. These are made out of polymorph plastic. As you guys can see, they come in small meltable pellets. What you need to do is pop them in very hot water. I will leave a degrees on the screen, and that's also going to have a conversion rate on there as well. It will go nice and clear and gooey, and you should be able to mold it into any shape that you like. Now this will set and firm up as hard plastic, so don't make the teeth too pointy or they can be quite sharp. Once you've got all of them made, you can really refine them and do slightly smaller ones and bigger ones to taper off into a smile. To create Venom's eye shape, I just roughly looked at a reference photo and started to flatten out the polymorph plastic till it was nice and thin. I then pressed it down and curved it onto a bowl that I use for my cereal every morning, and that just gave it a nice curve to fit the face and really gave it that shape that we needed. Now moving on to the prosthetic today, I'm starting out with some liquid latex. You will need quite a bit for this, so make sure you get a larger batch. I'm then going to take some plain flour, which is what you just use for baking. You can also use any sort of a baby powder as well. I'm going to apply a few tablespoons at a time and start to thicken that latex. This is going to give us a paste formula, so as you guys can see, I like to work with a very thick consistency. To achieve a perfect fitting prosthetic, you should use a face cast of yourself. Now if you guys don't have one of these at home, I have a video on my channel dedicated to showing you how to make one on yourself safely. If you don't have the funds all the time for this, you can also use a mannequin head. The proportions are quite similar to an average human face. So if you guys want to do that, then I will link that in the description box below. Now as you can see, I'm starting to sculpt. I applied a thick amount of latex to cover my eye, which is going to give it a nice comfy and soft patch. This is when I grabbed a reference photo and started to really ensure that it was nice and accurate. To blend away all of that thick paste, just take regular thin liquid latex and start to massage it over the top. I went in and just started to really work at the edges and apply more and build it up in areas that I seen fit. Once I had all of the brow bone done, I then moved on to the jaw. You might need to use some cotton buds as well because the paste can be quite slippery and slimy. Once I had all of that done, I went in again and started to smooth it all over and let it sit for another 10-15 minutes. I went in with a Q-tip and cleaned up that eye shape and really started to define it with a few tools. If you don't have these, you can use any sort of a butter knife or a Q-tip, as I said. I removed all of the latex off of the plastic because I didn't want it to have any sort of texture. I then went in and started to create my teeth. This is going to be a little bit challenging, but you do need to do it while it is somewhat wet. Just take your time with it and then go over it with one more layer of liquid latex to seal it all in place. I let this set overnight and this was the finished result the next day. For application, you will need to remove this nice and perfectly, so I'm taking some baby powder and really dousing that over the top of the prosthetic. This should gently start to peel away, and with a large fluffy brush, you can start to powder it and dust it off, peeling it from the outside of the face cast inwards to get a nice and removed prosthetic. To make your life a lot easier, I highly recommend pre-painting the mouth. So I'm going to take these cream paints from BYS and mix the two of them together to create the back of the mouth and somewhat gums. I'm going to apply that carefully around all of the teeth and fill that all in. I decided that I needed to apply another row of teeth at this point, so I also cut into the mask and started to fill that up. Just giving it more of a variety in size and making it not look as perfect because he is an alien and he's just got a lot going on. After all of that hard work, it is now time to move on to the application process. I've got half of my face in full glam and we need to start prepping to apply this prosthetic. I'm starting out with a non-toxic glue stick and running that through my eyebrow. This is going to protect all of the hairs from any liquid latex and that could possibly pull them out later on. So what you need to do is brush them upwards and apply a few coats to keep it nice and sealed. I'm then going to take a bowl cap. This is just from any sort of a party store. They don't really need to be good quality for this sort of stuff. I cut that straight down the center seam in half and then I'm going to apply it onto my head. It's easiest if you secure it in place with bobby pins because the makeup will cover this later on, all of the gelatin and the cotton wool and all of that fun stuff. To secure down that bowl cap, I'm going in with Tellus's Spirit Gum. You can get any sort of adhesive that you prefer and start to apply that around the border of your forehead and face, bringing that down to your ear to make sure that it is nice and adhered. You really need to tap on this to make sure it is sticky and almost fully dry before you press that down. Once that's all nice and applied and ready to go, I'm taking a white cream paint from BYS and using this to mark out the prosthetic so we have a guideline for the rest of our adhesive. I will have to do some patchwork here, so using that leftover bowl cap, I'm going to apply it on the front of my hairline to protect it from any sort of hair removal later on. Moving on with your chosen adhesive, apply that onto the back of the prosthetic, avoiding the whole eye socket area. It's really important that you don't glue your eyes shut, and also you just want to keep it as safe as possible. It's not necessary to glue it down there, so mainly just work with your cheekbones, nose bridge, forehead and chin. I will have to tap my Spirit Gum to make sure that it's nice and tacky, and then also repeating that on the prosthetic as well. I applied some tissue paper to give myself a little bit more comfort and to ensure that there was no glue anywhere near my lashes. I pressed that down firmly onto my face once it felt tacky enough, and there we go, it's pretty much nice and secure. Now you're really going to need to blend this down into the back of the head to give it a very realistic and smooth look. I'm starting out with liquid latex and a bath sponge, and I'm going to start stippling that on and grabbing cotton wool balls. You guys have probably seen me and a lot of artists do this a million times over. We're going to start blending that down into the rest of the face. So I'm taking a really big mixture of the cotton wool balls, layers of liquid latex over the top, and then repeating the process. I did this for about 25 minutes and really spent my time in between sealing it with a blow dryer to make sure every layer was nice and blended and smooth, and then I just kept working on it. This is probably going to make it look the most realistic, so if you can, spend a lot of time on this, and then everything else should be smooth sailing from here out. One of my favourite parts of a half and half makeup look is how they combine. So with Venom, he is starting to slowly take over Eddie, and as you can see, it like tapers off into the rest of his regular face. To create that, I'm just tearing up some cotton wool balls, twisting the edges of them to get little tapered, thin, almost like wavy pieces, and that's going to give us a nice base for us to paint on. I wanted it to be 3D, but I went in later with a lot of shadow and paint as well. To seal that all in place, I stippled one last layer of latex over the whole entire face and then moved on to the neck. Now, I had this concept, but I didn't really fully commit to it. I started to apply latex all down my shoulder and my side, and I wanted to essentially leave a massive gap open of skin and then have the webbing of Venom kind of like sticking over the top. It didn't really work out too well because I forgot that I had a tattoo on my right side, and that was kind of like the main area that I wanted the skin to be. So as you guys can see here, I'm just trying to start to repeat that really like tapered webbing from the center of my neck outwards, and then I went in and filled in that hole later on. To start the paint job, I'm taking a black watercolored face paint and applying that all over the prosthetic. I used a few different size brushes and made sure that I kept the eye plastic nice and clean, so I went in with a makeup wipe and just took anything off that was smudged. To continue that down onto the rest of the neck and the chest, I ended up leaving the gum area because I was going in with some red creams in a minute. You might need to get somebody, or you probably will need to get somebody, to help you paint the back of your head. I wasn't really using it only just for photography purposes, but it's definitely important if you're wearing this as a costume. Now going in with a cream palette, I think this is just a Eye Magic one that I got from eBay. I'm taking a mixture of yellow and brown and starting to make the teeth really dirty. His weren't super grimy, but I feel like when it comes to makeup you have to over exaggerate a little. I took a layer of white and started to put that over the top to give it some texture, and then just blended the rest in with my hands. Cream paints are great because they're slippery and you can kind of just play around with them. To paint the gums, I'm just using a red water activated paint. I lightly applied that and tapped over the top of it to get a nice gradient in between the red and the black, because from memory his gums weren't too prominent, but as I said with makeup, you kind of need to change some stuff. So again, I went in and shaded those teeth to make them look really dimensional and cool. I went in with more brown and just applied it along the base and then tapped that away. To create that really nice tapering, go straight down the center with a fine detailing brush and start to draw in and paint in any sort of little squiggly lines that you want. You can go super over the top with this, but I went pretty mild in my opinion. To further define the eye, I went in with a white face paint, and looking at a reference photo, tried to get that as nice and accurate as I could. This is also when I decided to can the whole shoulder idea. So if I was going to wear this as a costume, I would definitely do my shoulder and probably most of my arm as well, with patches of my skin webbing through and underneath the Venom taking over. As you guys can see, I just went in as well and then lightly highlighted the teeth one last time. Now this is the funnest part. I'm taking some black gelatin. I made this in this video today, so I'll show you a quick recipe, but I will link above a full tutorial on how to make your own gelatin and store it. I used 3 leveled tablespoons of gelatin powder, 3 heaped tablespoons of water just from the tap, and then I used 1.5 leveled tablespoons of glycerin. That's going to make it nice and shiny. You can get glycerol from the chemist or glycerin from the cake store. So I'm going in and starting to whip this up. I really noticed over time that it's better to let it sit for a few minutes and then just keep whipping it till it gets really like foamy. It almost looks like an apple puree. Microwave that for 2 10-second intervals, and this is what you're going to get. That is a perfect mix, but I'm going in with a little bit of food coloring. You can also use cream makeup, and then just mixing that up. That is how you get a really nice dark black gelatin. You can make any sort of color that you want from this, and I really think that letting it stand for a little and whipping it gives it a much better consistency. FX Gelatin is an amazing product. If you don't have the money or you just prefer to do it this way like me, it is so much easier than buying like a silicone or any sort of a finishing gel that's like a 3D skin. I'm going in and starting to apply that all over and using my fingers. Once it starts to get a little bit dry, it goes back to its obviously very jelly and set form. I kind of tapped over the edges and blended it into the skin and just kept going until I was nice and glossy, and it covers over all the bobby pins, all the imperfections. You can really just go in and make yourself a glossy, shiny mess. To taper the rest of the face off, I'm going in with a black eyeshadow on a pencil brush and starting to buff that onto the other side of my face. As I said, you can go really intense with that, but I wanted it to be kind of tame. To highlight the little veins that he has, I took a white cream paint from BYS and started to draw those in. This is probably my #1 favorite thing that I did at the end of this video because it just made it pop so much more. I went in on the neck as well and started to really blend that into the gelatin just to give it a nice shine. He went from matte to shiny real freaking quick. So this is pretty much almost the finished look. I checked down the center of the face and I wasn't super happy with it. So I went in one last time and just tried to taper it off as nice as I could, as kind of natural and nice as I could. But you could go crazy with this. You could do 3/4 of your face if you really wanted. I just kept playing around with it until I got it exactly the way I wanted for photography purposes. So after I've got that done, I really wanted to have a bit of gloss on the teeth. So I'm applying some stage blood and stippling it on the gums. Not to have a bloody look, but I wanted a red gloss. I went in one last time and highlighted those teeth just to make sure that they really popped and were as glossy as the rest of the look. I applied a layer of white just across the top and really rounded the teeth out. After that, I went in with some lubricant. I just used this for all special effects purposes and applied that over the teeth as well. It gave it a beautiful gloss. You could also use glycerin if you don't have any sort of lube, but you can pretty much get it at like almost anywhere because let's be honest, it's a big industry. Okay guys, look, that got awkward real quick, but I'm gonna let you go. I absolutely loved this video. This is probably one of my favorite things that I have ever done. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you recreate it, please let me know. Use the hashtag BonnieCorbanSFX on Instagram so I can see all of your amazing work and we can interact. I hope you guys enjoyed this again. Please let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments below. I personally loved it and can't wait for them to make a second one because I think it's going to be super cool. It's a little bit predictable, but it's got lots of humor and great actors, so if you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.